Hey guys, this is a very quick update on this. These four accidentally dropped yesterday, so what I did was I dipped this, sorry, I dipped this in a, okay, everything's going to be linked down below, don't worry about that. I dipped this in some kind of rooting hormone, and it's liquid. And it says to leave it there for a few minutes. There's directions on there on the label. I believe I left it for 5 minutes. This one, this one, this one, this one. That's why I like segregated it from the rest. These are much older here, and this was just last night. After 5 minutes in the liquid rooting hormone directly into it, no dilution whatsoever, because that's what direction says. I dipped it in the rooting powder, and again, that's also going to be in the description section below. To be quite honest, the rooting powder for me isn't really that phenomenal. Like, I guess it kind of helps a little bit, but I don't really see that huge of a difference. I have noticed though, with the liquid rooting hormone, is the growth is way better when it comes to root growth, and it's a higher chance of it actually having root growth versus me using just the root powder or just the root powder and Super Thrive, because that's what I was using before. Now, when I'm misting it daily, I have Super Thrive, a different supplement, and the rooting hormone as well. Super Thrive is like supposedly a root booster, so a root growth booster essentially, but a lot of people keep saying that they've changed the formulation. It's really more of just a supplement from kelp or seaweed versus the rooting B1 vitamin. From my personal experience now, especially with propagating, I have noticed that with the new supplement that I am using, it's way stronger than Super Thrive, but I still have a ton of Super Thrive, so I don't want to just not use it anymore. But it also does have seaweed in there, which is beneficial for plant growth. So I'm still using that. So there are actually 3 things in the mist that I use every day. I only mist it once a day. You don't have to do it twice a day. And this plate will be linked down below. It's like super cheap. It's like a toddler plate. And I have like a ton of these. So I have an extra one, and this is not harmful or anything, and I could always wash it off. And I just wanted to update that, just, not only for my reference, but for anybody else out there who's trying to propagate succulents. So let's just update the rest. Like this one right here. Look at that. It's growing, and I love it. Before I really did more research in regards to propagating succulent leaves, when it would be like kind of mushy like this or soft, I would toss it out, and I didn't really think that it could be having some root growth over here. And I believe every time I checked, there was no root growth. But I also just used regular water. I didn't use anything else. There was a time that I did use Super Thrive with it, and they never really rooted. So that was really unfortunate. I think it's the combination, but I think a lot of times it's the new supplement that I am providing for them that really does help, because all these new growth really sprouted vigorously due to the new supplement I added in there. So I've actually had to toss a lot of them out. The bear paw has been the most difficult for me to propagate. These always rot at some point, and there are no roots. So that has been the hardest, and this is probably something that I want to propagate the most, because it is super cute, and I would want another plant that I don't really have to buy. I don't really plan on buying any more succulents ever, because it's slow growing and it's small, and that, I think I have a lot of succulents already. So this, I don't really remember the name, so if anybody wants to let me know down below. And there's a little bit of growth there, and it's not focusing, of course. Why would it, since I'm just recording? This is another jade. The majority of this are jades. This is another jade, and my husband and I do not plan on buying any more jades. He started with one jade, which I gave it to him a few years ago for his birthday. And I bought my jade last year, and some of the leaves here, well, majority of the leaves here is actually from my jade. I also am trying to propagate, but with clippings of a stem and a few leaves there. I will update that when I see, something that you guys can see, because if it's just in the pot, like, there's not really much to update, until maybe just to kind of see how much growth it has gone. And this one, there's a teeny tiny bit of growth right there, but you can't really see it in the camera because it's still blurry. But even in person, there's barely really not a lot in there. I'm going to show you this one. Look at that. It's even growing some leaves on there, so that's amazing. To be quite honest, this one right here, this cutie little one, I really didn't have high hopes for it, but I didn't want to give up. So I put her on the propagating plate, and it's got roots on there, just like this one right here. This one is really small, so I really didn't have high hopes for her, but it did. And this one as well. It's got like cutie little roots right there. And this one right here too. From my experience and from doing a ton of research in regards to propagating succulent leaves, what I've noticed is that you really have to have a lot of variables working out for you. From my personal experience, if it's just the plant light or the grow light and water, it doesn't work for me. I need all the help I can get. So I have grow lights. I have the new supplement that I'm using now. I have a root powder. I have Super Thrive and a another supplement as well that I'm adding to the misting formulation that I use. Before adding the new supplement in there, I can tell, well, for my biodome, I can tell that there was some improvement, but it wasn't like significant like this, So I'm even unsure, like after I finish the Super Thrive bottle, if I would buy it again. I probably won't, just to kind of test the waters and see how it works with just the rooting supplement, like the liquid rooting supplement I'm using, because it's really good and potent and powerful. It is more expensive, but if it works, why not, right? So this is what I have done and what's been going on. Again, I've had to toss some of the leaves out, especially the younger ones, like the really small ones, like this one right here. I'm probably going to have to toss it out because this is rotting. And there is no growth on there, I think. But I'm going to wait until it blackens out, That's what I always do. If it's still not black and it's just sitting there, it's okay for me. I'm going to wait it out until it like looks like it really rotted. Then it's going to go to like the compost that we have. So this white stuff right here, this is like residue from the rooting powder. I don't take that off. I mean, if it still touches the plant and if it's slowly going to benefit it, why not? So I just leave it there. No harm, in my opinion. So these are the 4 new ones that I added last night. And this is just because they fell. It's unfortunate, but I'd rather want to save them and get them rooted. I've been asked what I'm planning to do with this, not just by viewers or anybody watching my channel, but also like, people in my personal life. And I just tell them, well, I'm going to try and grow them as big and healthy as possible in my home. If I run out of room, I can always give it away. I've given 2 away already to my mother-in-law, and I just went to her house not long ago, about a week ago, and they're going strong. So I'm not worried. She is more of like she always says that she kills a lot of plants, which is true. So I try to guide her as much as possible. I even sent her home with like a fertilizer just so it can help her out, you know. So there you have it. This is my update for my propagation plate. This is my propagation station continuing right there, and that's my crock pot. This area right here, it just gets 12 to 16 hours of plant light. And don't worry, everything is going to be linked down below. These are the plant lights I use. I really, really love them. I love them because the clipper, this is really hard. If I was using, this is heavy duty. I mean, sorry. I have multiple head traumas, and it's kind of hard for me to articulate sometimes. Because if I use just the clip on my counter, I think it would just kind of either break or just fall apart. So I really like this one. It's only like a few dollars more for this one versus the clip one in the same design. So I'm like $2 or $3 more. Why not? I am planning on getting like the 3 lights though. This was just a trial one just to see if it's going to work out or not. And I really, really love it. So I'm thinking of getting another set. But I'm thinking of getting 3 of the 3 lights. It's a little bit more. Again, it's not like double the price. But I feel like in this area right here, I'm going to put the next light here so it just has more light and I can propagate more. Or I start when I transplant the ones here and put them in their own pots, I can just put them here and, you know, clip in the edible portions, and my family and I can enjoy them all year round. So this is my update for my propagation plate. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed my video. You're going to hit the like button. And of course, if you haven't yet, the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Thank you guys for the support. This is my first calancho. I'm trying to propagate them this fall. It's just this particular plant, actually, the mother plant of this one. I was using Miracle Grow, the all-purpose and their cactus fertilizer, and it wasn't really doing very well. So I stopped using their products altogether. I switched to different products, and this is actually thriving now, but it has like a huge journey of recovery because if you don't know, Miracle Grow really does kind of like saturate everything when you add it on there. So be very careful. It's unforgiving, and you could really, you know, give permanent damage to your plants regardless of what you do. So I've just been trying to I try to flush it out, and I'm using a different fertilizer and supplement right now. It is thriving now. It's getting better, but it's trying to repair damage, you know. So thank you guys so much. All the love and support. It really warms my heart every time. Thank you guys so much, because it's not easy really to, you know, get real subscribers and support you in your channel, you know. So if there's anything I didn't cover in this particular update, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Comments, suggestions, you have questions, or you have advice for me, because this is really the first time that I've successfully propagated succulents from leaves only. And any advice, any tips, anything would be very, very helpful for me. So please do that. I'm just kind of doing this from everywhere that I've researched, from my Facebook groups, from blogs, from vlogs, from videos, anything. And I'm trying to just recreate it for my own and what will best work out for my environment. You know how it is, trial and error. Everybody's environment is always going to be slightly different. And for me, this is what's working out so far. Again, this only gets plant lights. It never gets regular light due to the location of this in my kitchen. So there you go. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys again next time for my next update. Bye.